Welcome to Never Have I Ever, number 24. Whoa! I'm so excited for this crowd here. This crew I have tonight, I'm not lying, is the best crew I've ever had in all of these shows. I'm going to start introducing everybody because the Zooms are backwards. Starting over here, she is the host of the Gape TV podcast, comedian Amy Jans.
Hey,
yes.
Thanks for having me.
I love you're like already in New Year's mode. You're like, let me get this fucking year over with. I'm in 2021 mode. Yeah, you're ready for it.
2023 because it's gonna take rebuilding and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could skip a few ahead. I'm with you on that. And on this side, he's the host of the Where's the Grief podcast, and you might have seen him in the Marvelous Ms. Maisel pilot. It's Jordan Ferber.
Oh boy!
Yay.
Hooray!
Hooray! And you're somewhere in the middle of an 80s
Well, listen,
shoot.
I feel like, I've been trying to live in the now, and that was just not happening really well. So I feel like this looks like the future, but it's actually Tron. So it's, I don't know where I am, but it's when I am, but it's,
yeah,
I brought bourbon.
You're somewhere in the simulation. I love it. And in the middle, he's the host of the Gutting the Sacred Cow podcast. It's Kevin Israel. Yay. And on the other side, she's a comedian. I've worked with her a bunch of times. She's funny as hell. It's Kendra Dawsey.
Hi.
Woo! I need to get a clapping sound. I say it every time I do it. And on the other side, you've seen her all over. She is the host of the Tres Bitches podcast. Not Tres Leches, Three Bitches. Trina Alper! Yay!
Cheers. Cheers.
Oh, and last but not least, oh my God, I've known her for years. Another hilarious comedian. We perform together all the time. She was like my right-hand lady at the Comedy at Stonewall show. It's Veronica Garza. Good to see you guys.
Thank you.
So quickly how this goes, everybody get a drink. Everybody watching at home, you're home. It's a Saturday. Pour a big one. Get your stories ready. We're getting our stories ready. Everyone's gonna get to know each other a lot better in the next hour. So how it will go is I'll say, never have I ever played piano. And I'm saying that because I've done it. So I'm gonna drink. And if anybody else has played the piano, you would all drink and then tell the story of how you played the piano. That's a terrible example and it sounds boring, but each of us will go with whatever our story is. So I'm going to start because I was thinking a long time about this. And okay, so never have I ever faked an orgasm. I could drink easily the whole bottle for just this answer. Oh yeah. Yep.
I just feel like I must have. I can't remember a specific time, but I'm like, probably. We'll drink.
And it's like, it's so much easier to do it with just a random hookup. Once you start like seeing the same person for a while, it's like, it gets harder and harder to fake because you have to fake it in the same way. You have to remember. You're like, did I moan first or roll my eyes back first? Or did I?
Right.
It's definitely harder to fake one as a man. As a man, it's like almost impossible.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I was about to say I'm interested in hearing.
It's an art,
right?
Sometimes you can't come. I mean, that's its own thing. So you want to make the girl feel like she's has pleased you, but also got the.
But she hasn't, right?
Am I gonna spit on her back? Like it doesn't work. It's hard to figure out how to fake it and not make it feel like you're disingenuous as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was once with a girl, and like Chrissie said, it was a one-night stand situation, and I was very drunk, and she just kept saying, I just want you to come. And I was like, I was like, it's not going to happen. Like, it's not even in the cards for tonight. Probably not tomorrow either. And finally, I don't even remember what exactly we were doing, but finally at some point I just rolled over and spasmed a few times and then fell asleep.
Oh my God. Like I had some old milk next to me that I threw onto the bed.
Oh my God.
I've actually never heard of a man really faking an orgasm. Mostly we fake the relationship.
Yeah, you fake the love part.
Yeah.
Was she suspicious, Kevin?
Wait, so Kevin, let's see your spasm. Could you reenact it? Like,
no, that was many years behind me.
We're her.
I don't even remember what a real orgasm feels like at this point.
I'll be right there. You're like, oh, God. Sorry.
She did make a comment, I think the next morning, something about like there wasn't a mess or something like that. And I was like, yeah,
Wow.
I'm clean like that.
I had a vasectomy. I shoot blanks. It's fine.
Was she looking for a mess? That's weird. Maybe this has happened to her before. She's been with people who have faked it on her.
I'm sure she probably wasn't the highest class.
Aw, it's all good. Veronica, you're coming back.
Yeah, I got cut. I didn't even hear the question. All I heard was cum stories, and I'm already like, what I missed?
Oh, it was. Have you ever faked an orgasm?
Just think like you were here the whole time and listening.
I thought I was straight for like 10 years. I faked it all 10 years, and then I slept with women, and I was like, this is an orgasm.
Oh man. Oh, sorry, I was trying to, Veronica, I think you're in two places. So I was like, if I remove you, I'm gonna remove you in the other place, but I don't want to remove the real you. Okay. Well, whatever.
She's already come in twice.
This Zoom sucks so bad. Yeah. It's hard. Do you know that like when they shoot porn, they will make extra cum just to throw on you for, not you, but like this just throw on the people in the scenes. Like if the guy, you know what I mean? Like they're not machines, for Christ's sake. So it's like, it's always, and then I made some once for a sketch, and it was just like, it's like sour cream, flour, egg white. It's like some combination of that, and salt to taste is what the ingredient said. Salt to taste.
That's hilarious.
I guess based on how hydrated your man is. I don't know.
So Jordan, next time we have to fake an orgasm, we know the exact composition of what we have to make.
Well, you know, I mean, listen, I sleep with so many Jewish women. They're like, it's not even salty. I like it. I love it.
It should be chewier. Okay, that was gross. Well, okay, Amy.
All right. Do I give a never have I ever?
Yes.
Okay. But it's true for me?
True for you, yeah.
Ooh,
because here's what's happened in the
okay.
past. Like people have done ones that aren't true for them, and they also haven't been true for anyone else. So then that we have an awkward Zoom moment where nobody drinks.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Never have I ever. Oh my God. Let me think.
I'm putting you on the spot.
All right. Never have I ever bought a dress. Sorry to go not rated R here.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Never have I ever bought an outfit, wore it, and then returned it.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've done that.
I never did that.
Oh, you must, Kendra. You must.
You drink if you didn't do it also, right?
Drink if you have done it.
Oh, no, I never did that.
The problem is when you get like sweaty, it's a sweaty night out, and then the price tag is like yellow,
Melts,
and you're like, God, I can't.
The price tag gets wet, and you're like, oh God. Then you have to go home and dry the price tag. You're like blotting it, hit it with a blow dryer, and you're like, this is a lot of effort.
When I was a teen, I would have fishing wire, and I would just sew it. I had it down pat how to reinstall the tag. But also, they probably just felt bad. They probably were like, "Yeah, we'll give you the corporate credit."
Yeah. Wait, you would like take the tag out and then you would sort of like finagle it back in?
Doctor it up, like you have a way of slipping it out, and then some you could slip it back in, but some
interesting.
Like you had a rip, so I just sewed back on delicately with fisher wire.
Wow. Yeah,
well, I've made some purchases that I probably shouldn't have. That in retrospect, I didn't wear with frequency, or again. But
are you talking about assless chaps, Jordan?
No, I once I don't know. I was once I don't know how I managed to get myself roped into this, but I managed to buy myself a pair of leather pants that actually zipped up the back.
Yes, easy access.
I'm sure the cashier was like, "We know what you're gonna do with doing these."
No.
Good for you, buddy.
I bought them from a private designer. Like it was just we were hanging. It's a long. It was a late night. She had some. They fit.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
I would think that every single pair of leather pants that zips up the back would have to be final sale only. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause we all know what's happening in those pants.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like in
Yeah,
retrospect.
that sour cream mixture is ending up back there.
Oh.
Somebody pointed out to me that that because they zip up the back, that chances are they don't present them in the men's section of the store, and I was like, well, that's probably. Well,
Oh, they present them in the men's section.
I was like, listen, you can't tell me that Mick Jagger doesn't own numerous pairs of pants that zip in the back. Like this, these are some rock star pants. We all need some rock star shit.
See, this is another way toxic masculinity is affecting men's choices. All men deserve pants that zip up the back. You deserve someone in your life that will unzip the pants.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I have a feeling if they zipped that down the front in the same way, it would be even more awkward. It was a pretty big zipper.
Yeah.
I've seen women struggle with that zipper in the back, and I don't want anything to do with it.
It's hard. It sometimes takes multiple people to get dressed. And I don't think these designers, I guess they assume that a lot of us don't live alone and that we've got handlers or men in our lives to help us get dressed. I don't know. I've had times where I have to just hook it up to the wall and then I have to shimmy. But yeah, that sounds good.
Have you ever had on it? Oh, I'm sorry, Chrissy, go ahead.
I'm trying to invite Eric Neumann, who doesn't know how to open up a fucking Zoom link. I'm going to try to send it to him again. Sorry.
I was going to say, have you ever put on an outfit to go out and try and get someone, and then you actually do, and you're like, oh no, I can't go home with them because they can't watch me take all these things off underneath this outfit. The process of undressing is going to be so embarrassing.
You're like, I only look this good because of the undergarments involved, and when you see these undergarments, you will lose interest.
Yeah, you just you get home and you're like, ah.
You're like, I'm basically mummified under here. Yeah.
It's like a game show.
Like the Spanx, it's you look great on the exterior, but there's creases and.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know,
I have news for you guys. Men don't care.
Yeah, as long as you're not like that girl from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, where you're pulling off your hair.
I know a lot of women think we're gonna be like, no, I'm leaving. No guy's ever been like, I'm out. Well, I'm like, all right, this is what's up.
She just.
Yeah, what's the difference?
Yeah, never have I ever left a definite fuck because she was wearing a lot of layers.
I have not.
I don't know if it was my turn yet. I don't think that was.
It's your turn. Is that going to be your turn?
No. I think I got a good one probably.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, this is just for me, but I feel like I didn't realize that I had to come up, share something that most people have probably done that I've never done, but I have never ever done cocaine.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna drink my whole glass.
Wait. This is haven't done it. Have not. I have not.
I've never done it.
Also, if you have not.
Oh shit. Well, no. This thing is the way it goes is never have I ever, meaning you have done it. I don't know why they say it this backwards way. And then that was a confusing round. All right, we'll have to edit that part out. So you're saying something you've done, and then if we've done it, we also drink.
Oh.
Okay. So okay.
Oh well, then I gotta. Well, shit.
So you could say never have I ever never done cocaine. Double negative.
Let's think. Hold on. Now I got to think of an embarrassing thing.
I'm sure one of us has a number you could call. We could change that real quick.
Possible. Well, listen, I have enough. Let's see. Well, I guess if we're gonna be, let's see. I don't. I'm really against the phrasing because.
Right, it does throw people. It's throwing people. Yeah, I've done Molly. I've done mushrooms.
Right.
You really have to be with a friend, I think, to do mushrooms because you could very easily just stay at home looking at your hand for 5 hours. Yeah. It's nice to be out and about.
You gotta get a babysitter.
Yeah. Well, if you have a baby, definitely get a babysitter before you do mushrooms.
No, but an adult babysitter.
Oh yeah, for you if you're doing the.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, my friend Nestor and I, we were 17. and we had a babysitter, Katie. She was like, oh my God, she was so excited for us, and she was so chill, like really positive, took us to the lake and all that, and we were just rolling out laughing. Oh my God, good stuff.
All right, so now I'm going to say one that I did do this, right? Never have I ever. That's the whole thing. Never have I never.
Never have I ever.
I got arrested at Disney World.
Wow.
Arrested at Disney World.
Disneyland.
Whoa.
I want to hear that story.
Yes.
Wait,
yes.
was this the California one or the Florida one?
The California
land-
Disneyland.
The land, not the world. Okay.
I don't know the difference other than like the
World is Florida, land is California.
Okay.
Anybody else? Anybody else get arrested
No.
by Disney
Yeah.
police?
Not at Disney, but I mean in New York and in Texas a couple times.
Ooh.
Well, the Disney one, it's not as exciting as it probably should have been. Ultimately, I probably should have a more exciting story. But I was there with my mother was a family travel writer back in the day, and so when I was like just about to start my sophomore year of college in California, and my brother was looking at colleges in California, and my mom managed to finagle a free weekend at Disney so she could write about it and have us, do some stuff. But so, the first night we got there, I also had brought a brand, I had held out, I had bought a brand new bong from New York. I bought it in New York, and I traveled across the country with it. And Russell, my brother and I christened it. We decided we were going to christen it. We drove to the top of the parking complex with this giant bong, and we took bong hits. And when we were sufficient,
In the parking lot?
Yeah, it was the parking structure of the hotel that we were staying at, which was attached to Disney.
Yeah, it's where dreams come true. Some dreams come true in the parking lot.
Right.
It was this giant blue bong that I had named Papa Smurf. It was beautiful. It was so perfect. It was a larger version of the bong that I had bought that still lives actually at my parents' house. That's more green. But anyway, we got arrested. We got taken to the Disneyland police office. My brother and I kind of handcuffed in the back there, and
Did they have Mickey and Minnie decorated? Was it a happy?
Yeah.
it was,
You fucked up.
It was soft lighting.
Mickey in a police uniform, like, bad boy.
It was like, it was like a cell, like in the office, and not like a cell that felt like we were in a cell. It was like,
Okay.
No animatronics.
no.
I mean, they have to find people every day getting high at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Like that has to be the most common thing.
And ultimately, my parent, I think the saving grace was that my brother was not 18. So instead of actually getting arrested, they called my parents, who came and were very upset.
Did you say it was his idea?
However, my dad, God bless him, wrote to the Disney police to find out what happened to the bong, and I have the on Disney letterhead response that says, "Thank you for your inquiry as to the location of your water pipe.
Water pipe.
All confiscated drug paraphernalia gets turned over to the Anaheim Police Department. If you still have an interest in retrieving it, you can take it up with them." So I was like, all right, well that's gone then. But I have it. But I kept the letter.
How'd you get it back then? You said
I don't have it back.
That's I'm mad at Disney for that.
But I do have the letter that my dad sent to Disney, being like, "Hey, what happened to my bong?"
Was it also your dad's favorite bong too? I mean, they wouldn't write a letter otherwise, I think.
I think my dad was just concerned about my property. I don't think
This is so privileged. Like your parents were paying for your college and took you to Disney World. That's twice as much as my parents have ever loved me.
Well, like
That
I
is
said,
so much. They were paying for your college. You're like, your brother was deciding. Oh my gosh! And they took you to Disney World. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get to Disney World. That's amazing.
It's
And
overrated.
Then they wrote a letter about your bong. Like, I'm like, gosh, I want to be a white man so bad.
Yeah, I wish my parents would my bong.
I got to tell you, I went to Disney World with my parents, and it didn't feel like a privilege.
Yeah.
Man, well,
It felt like a punishment. If you want to go to Disney with my parents, I can arrange that for you.
It's very hot, very
be
sticky.
clean for him.
let me just say, my mother was a family travel writer, so I had a number of trips to Disney that actually felt very privileged. I don't mean
There you see.
to brag.
Look at this. I wish you would have went to prison. No, I'm kidding.
It broke my heart to learn as an adult that if you actually want to be one of the people in the suits at Disney, that you can't, that they drug test you. So if you want to be goofy, you can never show up goofy.
Actually goofy. Yeah.
That sucks.
Very
It'll
disappointing.
make you do your job better too.
Yeah, if you're high. And it's like, if you're in that suit,
Like they'll be like,
you know.
It should be part of the program.
exactly.
So you don't even have a shot at goofy unless you're like actually mentally ill, probably.
I showed up high and Jewish. Oh no, that's not
Walt would not like that.
Like, you can work at the Disney bank.
They only take people who don't blink and have sweaty hands.
Yeah, Disney's weird. There's nothing, I don't know. The people that love Disney to me are the most scary because it's like, it's a place for kids. Like if you're anybody ever meet an adult who's really into Disney?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we go every year. We went for our honeymoon. It's like, there's something wrong with those people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird.
I went to high school with one, and she so when she was in high school, she was younger, but like I found out recently that she works at Disney World and she's like a princess each day. So she's not doing drugs.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
That must be nice.
Last year, they had to actually come out with a rule, like a law at Disney, that you're not allowed to show up as a Disney character.
Yep.
Like
a random person, like
I'm guessing
any
that
of us couldn't.
I'm guessing
yeah.
not a lot of people were showing up as Mickey, but I'm sure it was like an Avenger, a Marvel or a Star Wars
Yeah.
thing. But, I'm sure not a lot of people showing up, in a full mascot costume. It's probably more cosplay, but still.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite videos to watch are when the mascots go bad, when they start fights and they like chase people around, and it's like somebody on their worst day. It's 100 degrees. They're inside a hot head, and some kid like pulls their pants down for like the 8th time that day, and they snap, and then they.
I know. I can't wait till they're
Times Square Elmo.
I know. I can't wait till Times Square Elmo's back again. That because that's like every Friday.
The heart of New York, Times Square Elmo.
I miss it. Oh, Veronica, do you have a good one?
What? Arrest story?
I've
like
actually, yeah, I could hear an arrest story.
Do you want me to tell you? This is my favorite arrest story. Because I've been arrested 4 times, 2 in Texas and 2 in New York. But my first one in New York, long story short, I was arrested for stealing a cab, and it wasn't like I didn't pay it. I actually drove off in the cab.
Wow.
You literally drove it.
That is
Thank you.
badass.
That is.
Thank you. I'm
Did you
very
pick
proud
other people
of that.
up?
No. You want to know what happened? Okay, so people don't know. I'm a Cowboys fan. We went to go watch the Cowboys game. This is when I lived in Astoria. We were drunk. We're on our way home, and it was me and my friend Roberto. And we're drunk, and the cab driver knew I was drunk, so he kept fucking with the meter. And at that time, I knew it was only $27. I knew it was only $27 to get from the West Village to Astoria, but he had legit gone 2 streets over, and it was already 17. And I'm like, dude, you're overcharging me, even though I was drunk. And I'm like, pull over. I'm not fucking paying for this. And the cab driver's like, no, you're paying. So I got out of the car and I was like, fuck this.
Awful.
And so he pushed me. My homeboy Roberto, he played football. He played D1 football. He gets out of the cab, and then he starts hitting the cab driver. And I get up, and I kind of it's funny we say about Disney how they shake after they're dizzy. And I was like, "Woo!" And I got up, and I'm like, how the fuck do I get to this guy? And I looked at the cab, and the cab was on, and the keys were in the car. So I just took it out of brake, took it in drive, and I took 3 or 4 turns, and I realized because I'd only been in New York 4 months at this time. So this was 9 years ago. So I was like, I don't know how to get back to Astoria. So I just pulled the cab over, pulled it out and threw the keys out, and I walked. And my problem was I walked back to the scene of the crime, and the cops were there, and they're like, "Did you drive this guy's cab?" And I was like, "No." "Did you drive his cab?" "No." And finally, the cops like, "Did you drive his cab?" And I was like, "A little." And and they all called all the different squad cars out to come see me, and they're like, "Tell them what you did," because they were getting a laugh out of it. And then that was one of my arrests in New York that actually I'm proud of. Thank you.
Were you drunk? Were you drunk, or you just like
court papers don't
full of
say
rage?
I was. So
Good.
I wasn't.
Good.
They did not test my blood alcohol level, which I was actually fine at that point. But fun fact, he left his keys in the cab.
Yeah.
If a cab driver leaves his cab running and his keys in the cab, he kind of forfeits his rights in some sense. Like it's an endangerment. So that was his fault. So I didn't really get in that much trouble.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That is a
went for a
badass story.
joyride, and
Holy
the car
shit.
would still not go to Brooklyn.
That's
Right,
like
but
something out of a
right.
movie. Yeah, that's awesome.
But I know how to get to Astoria now.
Yeah, 59th Street Bridge.
There you go.
Practice.
I know how to do it now. They were like,
Mhm.
just Second Avenue. But you said, never have I ever?
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
But we could keep doing arrest stories. This is
Just
fun.
kidding. No. Okay, I'll let someone else.
I have other arrest stories too. That's not even my most recent one.
What's your most recent one? Wow, this is the bad boys group. Hey.
My most recent arrest? No, I haven't been arrested in quite a while. It's been like, year.
Oh yeah, so long ago. But what was it?
What did I get arrested for?
Yeah, your most recent one. You teased it.
I was being funny. I'm not gonna.
Oh.
Oh.
Well then.
Well, but what was your
disappointed.
most recent arrest? Like you at Disney World?
Oh no, there's been several since then. That was when I was like 20.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Cool. Just wondering.
Such a bad boy.
That was California. I got arrested for smoking weed twice in the Village. I got arrested for putting up posters. I was being paid to put up posters. I was being paid to put up posters to promote a film that was about people like social
social justice or social
Yeah,
distancing or
no.
social studies.
Yeah, like social justice. It's like the people that tie themselves to trees and stuff.
Yes. Oh yeah. I was all about that for many years. Yeah. Tree huggers.
It was a documentary about that, and then I got arrested for doing that, and the company that hired me to do it went bankrupt because they had to pay for all the hours we spent in jail.
Oh no!
What crime did you commit by putting things up on trees?
Well, no, we weren't putting things up on trees. We were in the Lower East Side, and those walls that say "Post no bills." We were.
Oh. Yeah, but
posting
that's
bills.
just a saying.
Yeah, well, we were.
It's a suggestion.
That is just a quirky New York thing.
Listen. These cops did not give a fuck. They were just at the end of their shift. They wanted some overtime, and they decided to, put us in. I had a PBA card. They didn't even look at my ID until they started fingerprinting me. So they didn't give a fuck about anything.
Ugh.
Imagine.
And unfortunately, I had a bag of Jelly Belly, in like a plastic baggie in my pocket, and so that my nickname was Jelly Beans. Like all the way through. That's not a good central booking nickname.
You're jelly beans.
Jelly beans.
I can't imagine being in like central booking and someone being like, "Yeah, I just like hit someone with my car. What are you in for?" And you're like, "I posted a poster where they said not to post posters."
Right.
And my name's Jelly Beans.
Yeah.
Can I just say this? The last time I got arrested, which it was for I threw fries in a cop's face, but the worst thing that happened in that was the cops found my
Wait, what kind of
notebook.
fries? What kind of fries?
Burger King. Burger King.
Seasoned?
Burger King.
Okay.
It was just Burger
I didn't
King.
waste
It was
McDonald's fries.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah, exactly. It was Burger King fries. Well, anyway, the worst part was the cops had my joke notebook and then were reading my bits to me.
Oh no, that's the worst.
And I was like, damn, you're right. I'm not funny. It was so bad.
I would be
They
like,
were
book
reading
me. Don't read my jokes.
Yeah, but they were reading my bits to me to each other. And
Oh
that
my
I think
God.
was
Yo, the first time I ever got arrested after a show, they like went through my bag and they put all my stuff on top of this stuff. And then like when I left, like I didn't go to central booking. They, just let me out of the precinct. I put my stuff back in my bag by itself. I didn't even realize till I got home, they had put all of my notebooks and everything on top of the instruction manual for the electronic typewriter that they used to type up all of their fucking reports.
So
And
they
I
left
still
them
have
there.
it. I still have them shits.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you have you got the typewriter or the manual?
No, I have the manual.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah, you really
And
stuck it to
clearly
him.
out. You know, this was like 2002, 2003. Probably
Like,
no, this
that
probably
kid got our
2001 even.
manual. That sounds like a Scooby-Doo episode.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, listen, I know cops that don't use computers still. So, you know, talking 2001.
Jelly bean strikes again.
The manual was out.
Does your roommate want to do one? I saw her pop in.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was cool or not.
Of course
Let me
it's
see.
cool. We've
Veronica,
had
do you want to do a never have I ever?
Come on, Beto.
I had a good one.
Or
Does that forfeit me?
No, God, no. You should go while she figures her shit out.
Okay, think about a never have I ever, Veronica, and get back to me, okay? So never, it's something I did, right?
Yes, did do.
Okay. Never have I ever,
I need another drink.
how do you say, done a successful homie hop. And if we don't know what a homie hop is, that means I dated this guy and then dated his friend.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Not just fucked his friend.
All right.
Dated.
Does it have to be
Define
consecutive?
Does
Did
date?
Did they remain friends?
Yes. Well, it doesn't have to be consecutive. You can tell me about your journey.
Did the two of them remain friends?
So, you know, it was very convenient how the second guy was like, oh, I never really liked him anyway. So they were like, eh. So I was in college and I dated the one guy freshman year. And I of course, you know, you're dating someone, you know all their friends and blah, blah, blah. And then he ended up over the summer between freshman and sophomore year of college, he ended up getting back with his high school sweetheart. And so when we got back to school in August for sophomore year, everyone was like, he's an asshole, you're such a good girl, da da da, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't even look like a hoe because everyone was like, he fucked you over, you were just finding love. And I was like, guys, I'm a hoe.
Also trying to find love. Who says you can't be doing both? Eric Neumann is here, comedian Eric Neumann.
Woo!
Am I on time?
Yes,
Am I
you're
on
right.
time?
You're not on time. You're in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. Thanks for having me. Sorry.
Well,
No,
you
it was
drunk.
great.
I gotta pour myself another
Get
beverage.
a drink. Eric, do you have a podcast to plug or something?
I'm done.
People can look at of yours.
I'm starting one because I feel like
Ooh.
there's not enough of them.
We always
so
need more.
Yeah. But I can plug an album that I just recorded at the New York Comedy Club Penthouse Stop, which I certainly recommend doing if anybody hasn't tried it yet. I wrote a lot during quarantine, so
Look at
Yeah.
you.
Nice. Good for you.
yeah, thanks.
Some
Hey,
of us wrote, some
What's
of us
happening?
ate cookies.
what were you
Hey,
guys? What was the
cookies.
story? Never have I ever, right?
We did a lot of arrest stories. If you have any kind of funny Disney World story, that would apply. If you ever faked an orgasm as a man, you could tell that story.
Oh yeah, I did.
See?
What was that like?
You gotta drink
So
first.
wait, am I cutting anybody? I feel like I came in here and fucking.
No,
just-
you gotta catch up, Eric.
Oh, okay. So my ex-girlfriend now, as of 3 weeks ago.
Oh no.
Sorry.
He,
You need a
yes.
hug?
I'm a
Zoom
virtual
hug. Zoom hug.
Thinking,
Mm, Zoom hug.
love you guys. So she so the first few times we had sex, this was years ago, she I was lasting long for whatever, which is very unlike me, but I was I just couldn't finish or whatever, so I could tell she was getting frustrated one time, so I fake came and so I fake come, lay my head on her chest, my breath slowly returns to form.
Did you moan? Did you shake? Because Kevin did a shake.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, you gotta have. Yeah, there you go. You gotta have the spasm.
That's how I look, right, Jordan? That's how. Is that how I usually look?
Good job.
So, yeah, but so my head's on her chest, and then she like, you know, like we're like second where you sort of just like kind of like reflect on what just happened, and you kind of like your breath gets back to a normal pace or whatever. She goes, "You came?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Are you lying?" And I'm like,
women always know.
No,
We always
bad acting.
know.
I don't know.
We want to see that come. Show it to me.
I go, I'm not lying. She goes, and,
oh my God, what a cliffhanger. Wait, what did she say?
Yeah,
Eric, I
we
missed
missed
it.
that.
You Zoom lagged. What did she say?
she's like, show it to me. Where is it? And she started searching around.
Oh my God.
Show it to
You
me.
can have like,
Show
it
it
should be
to
like
me.
a product, like they come in a bag, little baggie for when guys like want to, like, you know,
Oh
available
my
in spray
God.
form, whatever. You know?
Who are you, fucking Peter North?
Yeah.
Eric, you
I'm
can
so
cook
glad.
some up. For porn shoots, they make extra in case, you know, for volume and face shots and stuff. And it's like sour cream, flour, egg whites, and then salt to taste if you ever want to cook some up.
You spit that out like a recipe so well, Chris.
Yeah, right.
Put it on low heat.
If you're gluten-free, almond flour.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad no one's ever asked me for evidence of like my orgasm. No one's ever been like, produce your squirt liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like one really good thing about having a vag. You're like, it doesn't, it vaporized. I don't know.
I got snacks. Sorry.
You got snacks? What kind of snacks did you get? Oh, Teddy Graham. Wow, that's a throwback.
I love those.
You know, for some time, like when I was a kid, I would just eat the ones with the arms up because I thought they were happier.
Yeah.
And like the ones with the arms down, I would just leave. But I was like, nobody noticed because it's a psycho thing to look for.
No.
Oh.
Arms up! Wow, that's a real throwback. Jordan, I feel like you belong in a time capsule. Oh, sad.
So cute.
Wait, guys, so am I the only person who's had sex with friends? Like, what's going
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, let's get back to Trina. Yeah, I've had sex with, I did spite sex, which was dating a guy the whole time. He was like, oh, everyone's trying to fuck you, which like, even if they were, like, it's a thing called trust and like
Right.
none of that shit was
Why-
happening.
What is that to him anyway?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, comedians, you know. And then
Right.
as soon as we were done, I fucking fucked one of the people he had accused me of fucking, and it was like,
I know that's the worst. That's why you should never give the jealous, because then you're giving them ammo for if the relationship ends.
you're like, oh, it's gonna
You know?
bother you, huh?
I don't think I've ever
Like,
fucked
oh,
anybody
that's
out of spite.
attractive.
Oh,
I
you
just-
must.
You
It's
know,
great.
at least not the first time. Maybe the second time.
Yeah,
Like just to spite you, we're fucking again.
yeah, you gotta do it.
With consent.
Yeah, I'm not leaving until we fuck again.
You always say like a threat, Jordan. You're like, but
I fucked someone out of spite once.
Yeah.
ooh,
It was pretty bad. I was really into this girl my freshman year of college, and I was like nuts about her, and I was completely just in the friend zone. And one night all my friends were talking about going out, and she was in our group of friends. They're all talking about going out to some party, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not feeling it. I'm just gonna stay in tonight. And she was like, oh, you know what? I'll stay in too. She's like, I'm gonna hang out with Kevin. And I was like, this is it. This is the moment. And so I went out and I rented a movie, and I think I ordered
what
food.
movie?
And
What movie?
I don't remember. This is 1995.
Oh, I know. It was Braveheart.
Clueless.
Was it
Yeah.
Angels in the Outfield?
It was Angels in the Outfield. You got it. Were you there?
There's singles.
So she was. So she came over to my dorm room. We were watching the movie, whatever. At some point, I got up, had to go to the bathroom. I came back and I heard her on my phone, and she was talking to someone. And she goes, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna be over in a little bit. No, don't worry. Yeah, I'm coming over. No, I'm just hanging out with a friend. But no. Don't worry about it. No, I'm definitely coming over to see you." So I walk in. And she hangs up the phone and she's like, oh, listen. She's like, I just called my roommate and she's at this party and she's really fucked up and she needs me to come get her. And I was like, well, I'll come with you. And she's like, no, it'll be weird. And she's at a fraternity party and the guys will get upset. And so she left. And later I found out she went and fucked the guy to get weed.
Ooh.
And so fast forward.
You should have had weed.
Yeah, I know, right? That was the moral of the story. Always have weed on you. So fast forward 4 years later, I ran into her senior year. It was like right before we graduated, and we ended up getting really drunk. And I took her back to my place, and we ended up having sex. And she ended up moving like way off campus. And she was like, I got to get home. I have a job. My job tomorrow. I got to. Can you drive me home? And I was like, nah, I'm not driving you home.
Wow.
And she's like,
Chivalry died that night. Chivalry
and she's like,
died.
what? And I was like, no, I'm not driving. I was like, you can get a cab or something.
Wow.
And she's like, there are no cab. We're in Newark, Delaware. And I was like, well, you can figure it out. And she like got all pissed off, and it was like 3 a.m. She just left.
That's horrible. She could have been murdered.
Yeah, well, she shouldn't have gone and fucked that guy for weed. Hope she learned a lesson.
Wow. Maybe it was very good weed.
Well, it wasn't very good sex, so I can tell you that much.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Damn.
All right.
That's not a story to legalize.
You should give me a baggie after this. Of how bad this was.
Oh my god.
Interesting. I like it. I like where this
Did
is
she
going.
text you when she got home?
Yeah.
This was
was no
1997.
texting.
There was no texting.
Oh,
There was no. This was before you up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I dated
Is there
a
a
girl.
voicemail?
I dated a girl who told me that her ex was always trying to that prior to us getting together that she dated guys that like her ex was always trying to sell her weed to try to get back with her, and but she was getting her weed from me at that point, and I knew it was definitely better weed. And she's never gotten weed from me since then, so I don't know where she's getting it from. I think maybe she doesn't do weed anymore.
Oh my god.
Fingers crossed, guys.
Fingers crossed. Do hasn't gone yet. Kendra.
I have not gone yet. I need to think of a good never have I ever. So it's something that
Something
I
you have
haven't
done.
If other people have
Something you have done, and you're checking to see if any of us have done it also.
Okay, so something I have done. Never have I ever.
I'm sorry, Kendra, wait, while you think, I just had an idea. Someone just said angels in the outfield. Does anyone know? Can we Google search this? Has there been a porno anal in the outfield?
Oh my
I'm
God.
sure.
There should be if there
Oh
hasn't.
my god.
I mean,
Can
there's
we Google
a
this?
listen. There's a
Infield.
Schindler's Fist, so I'm pretty sure there's.
Oh God, I would love for it to star Aaron Judge. He would be on it. Maybe they could bring back David Wright. Yeah, I would watch that.
Oh, yes. I like where your
The
head
girl.
is at, Chrissy.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Anal in the outfield.
Anal in the
How
outfield.
is Schindler's Fist?
What?
I haven't seen it. I just know that it exists.
There is definitely Schindler's. There's also Dawson's Crack.
There's
Oh.
there's Fisting Nemo.
Oh god.
Glad he ate her. Shaving Ryan.
There's a Saved by the Bell spoof porn that I actually
God,
had to
I've
watch
seen
for another
that.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I know
It
what podcast
is-
that is.
It is.
What made you have to watch it?
What's that?
Kevin, is the acting still better than the real Saved by the Bell?
It's literally the same. It's
Dustin Diamond in it.
it's the same. No, and I was really surprised. I was like, they could have totally gotten Dustin Diamond for this. Like, what else was he doing?
Right.
Yeah.
He did a porn, I thought.
I think you're right.
Yeah, there's this podcast. I forget what it's called, but you have to watch a porno, like comedy spoof, like porn, and then comment on it while you do the podcast. And I remember like watching mine, and I was like, why don't they get to the porn already? Like I've never been so like.
Which one did you
impatient.
watch?
God, I'm trying to remember. Might have been The Hangover.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I have
I gotta tell you, in watching a whole porn like that had a storyline all the way through, which I've never ever done,
It's a lot.
it was a lot, and I was completely uninterested in the sex. The sex seemed so just it all would just kind of happened, and it was just all the same. It was all exactly the same sexual positions and the situations,
Right.
and then it just moved on to the next scene, and I was just like, this is unsexy. This is the most unsexy porn.
It was too much. You know what it is? It's like because they don't really like comedy isn't really a porn star's like area of expertise. It would be that feeling of like when a comic hits a joke more than 3 beats or something. When they hit it like 7, 8, 9, 10 beats, you're like, okay, That's how watching it feels.
I had a joke I used to do in my act about how I love the fact that all the major Hollywood blockbusters had the porn titles, but my favorite porno title of all time still was a takeoff of a song, not a movie, but I still think it was one of the funniest ones I've ever seen. It was called "Someone's in the Kitchen with Vagina."
I love it.
Like, that's just hilarious. That's so funny. And then I would sing it, to great amusement and embarrassment. But
can you sing it now?
Would you like to see how I would do it?
Yeah, I kind of do. Yeah.
I use because sometimes people didn't know the song either. That was the
I don't really know the song.
I mean, the original song, it was all right, I'll sing it and maybe it'll jog your memory, but I used to say it would be someone's in the kitchen with vagina. Someone's in the kitchen. I know.
It's Mom.
Someone's in the kitchen with vagina.
And it's my aunt. And then they come. That's adorable.
Is that good for you? That felt pretty good to me.
I regret asking for that.
That was just like Eric's fake orgasm.
You know what? Ironically, my mic cord fell out right when I was in the middle of fake coming, and
it's like
your mic when that happens.
Yeah, your mic was there with you.
My computer was like,
for
they
creating
can't tell.
that.
I was very ironic, but the joke still didn't work the way it's supposed to.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay, Kendra, we've given you some time.
Yeah, I got my thing. Never have I ever recorded myself having sex.
Oh, girl.
What, girl?
Does it count if they didn't tell you till afterwards and they were sneaky?
Oh, that's fucked up.
Counts even though you should.
So did that happen? That's so messed up.
It was recorded. He still has it.
No, that is a naked fist fight,
Drink
girl.
a
That
few
is a
times.
recipe.
What?
My buddy who I was friends with, these scumbag. At a certain age, you get rid of all. You have the filter system where you just get rid of all the scumbags you had previously.
What
been
age
close
is
with.
that?
For me, it was 2 months ago during quarantine. But for most people, I think it's probably late 20s or something.
Whoops.
But anyway, so
It's a sliding scale, I'm sure.
Very slight, totally. But I had a buddy, he used to record every girl he slept with. He'd show me an hour-long video of him, just she had no idea. He'd fuck her from behind. You're
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
In my case, both participants were aware that everything was being recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was safe. It was consensual. And then I think her hard drive got fucking craps the bed, so now it doesn't exist.
Oh, well,
But
that's kind of nice. I guess it's kind of nice. It gets deleted. You enjoy it.
Well, no chance of a reunion then?
No chance of a part 2?
No, we broke up, but it's okay. We're still
bugger.
There can always be a spin-off.
Did you watch it? You watched it though before?
We did watch it. Yeah.
Was it hot for you?
It actually kind of was. I was like, oh,
really?
Like that. It wasn't. I mean, it was also it was also recorded on a laptop, so we put the laptop to the side, so it wasn't like porn where it was face images and oh, we're gonna.
Yeah, they didn't hire a crew. There's not boom mic guy and yeah.
The time I did it, I was horrified by my facial and it was the most awkward thing for me to watch.
Listen, no. When I'm sending out a tape, I'm so judgmental about how not only how I react and my facial expressions, but how am I doing? Can you hear the responses? I whether or not the joke does well is not necessarily always the. So I gotta.
You're such an actor. Yeah, you're
yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's I don't want to be known for just the one song, the one beat. I gotta
the one
keep my. I have a wide range.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm like Prince. You won't capture me on film
Okay.
unless I really know this is the best shit that there is.
He's like, I'm like Prince. No one knows if I'm gay.
Tiny man.
Is it the background? Is it my Tron
Maybe.
background? It might maybe the Tron background.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I was always comfortable. I'm sorry, Chrissy. I was always comfortable because I don't have any tattoos. I don't have any identifying marks. Like, so my only rule was like not my face, because I'm still unsure if I'll ever run for public office, like even present day. So 15 years ago, when I was in college, I was just like, listen, just don't get my face. Like, I had full creative control, so I was always comfortable. And I was like, you could never use this against me because, like, A, who gives a fuck about A cups? And B, if it's just my ass clapping, I have no tattoos. You can never prove this is me. So I was fine with it.
Sometimes
that's the most like non-traditional reason to not get a tattoo.
I need to make lots of
Might be in a porn.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like I could recognize an ass if I've seen it, but I do understand where you're coming from, Trina. Like, I recognize how people walk. I might be like, oh, that's like my friend Kim's ass, you know.
Could you pick your all the buttholes that you've been with out of a lineup?
Maybe not buttholes.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably do the cheeks. Buttholes that's different.
I've never had anal. Never in my life.
Never. That's your thing. Never have ever had anal. Go, Eric.
Wow.
Never have I ever. I've never had like.
Would it count if you were the pegger? Like I was,
or the Peggy.
I only like my preference is all strictly women, so I would only be
for now.
doing it.
I mean, but she can peg you. You can get some pegging action going on.
Yeah, one can peg you.
You can be a Pegasus.
You never had her put like a finger up there?
Oh yeah, I have. Sorry. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've had a finger up my ass a couple times. Yeah.
Okay.
Couple fingers. How about a whole hand?
Would
get on my hand.
Someone wore you like a puppet?
Yeah.
Clap.
Eric Newman's puppet show.
Yeah, should I drink if I've like pegged someone?
Yes. Yeah. Good for you. I've always wanted to peg somebody.
Can you tell me every detail about it?
Could you put on wings and be a Pegasus? I know that's the second time I'm saying that, but I think that's really funny.
Yes, I want to hear that story. Leave no stone unpegged.
It wasn't that interesting. I wore a strap on and then.
Was it your strap on?
No, it was no.
She rented it, Chrissy. What the fuck?
Well, no, I didn't know if it was the person's. Like, this is mine. I want you to use it or use your own. It's not Rent the Runway. It's like people have their own shit.
No, it was his strap on. And then I just put it in his butt. I think.
Ooh, that's fun.
This was a thing he requested to like multiple people. He was like, I've got the strap on.
Did you feel powerful? Did you feel like, I feel like hot shit. I'd run for office after that. I'd feel empowered.
I have pegged. I'm like the common American.
Yeah.
Wait, so hold on. I have so many fucking questions. Hold on a second. Was this someone you were dating, or was this a boyfriend, or was this like someone you fucked once or fucked?
No,
like
this was
times?
a boyfriend. This was a boyfriend. This wasn't like
You pegged for love.
Like one time, like, oh, I fucked like I go back to someone's house and they're like, here's a strap on.
That sounds fun though.
Did you buy it together, or he just like whipped it out and was like, would you mind trying this?
I brought a bag of toys.
Right.
So he was a trans guy, so he had it for fucking his partners, and then
okay, that's kind of nice. So you just bring I imagine like it's just like a big coat. You open it and it's like
he
I got watches.
Right.
He
had like a huge duffel bag with.
What's the sterilizing process for?
Dishwasher.
Dishwasher, yeah. Dang, that was quick, Trina.
I know some people have duffel bags full of
just
toys.
spit on it.
I don't have any toys. I have like
the Purell went.
I have like a drawer that's for stuff, but there's nothing in there anymore.
Wait, what? Did someone ask a question? Eric,
everyone's talking. Yeah, the sterilization.
We're talking about our methods of cleaning our.
Yeah, I was talking about methods of cleaning. You guys said dishwasher. Do you do washing machine? Can you do that also?
No, dishwasher's best.
It's not sneakers.
That'll bang up a dishwasher, washing machine.
Yeah,
For the record, you shouldn't put your sneakers in the washing machine either, Chrissy.
Really? My mom always used to do it.
No, you shouldn't.
God
you
damn it.
can, but it's better just
Anyway, dildos, go ahead.
toothbrush
Well,
and
that's good to know.
toothpaste. That's for
some
Toothbrush?
Yeah, he's right.
Electric, it's probably dishwasher safe.
Oh yeah, the electric ones aren't, but
Right.
he had like electric and not electric. Yeah,
It's electric.
Listen, I had an N95 mask that I've been steaming over my tea kettle.
Really?
Well, no, not anymore. The first one that I had in the beginning, the second one, the K95 that doesn't have the filter, that one I steam. Because I don't wear it that often, but when I do, when I ride the subway, I don't fuck around. But the mask that I've been wearing lately when I just go out is Spaceballs the face mask, obviously.
Love it.
Nice.
Solid.
I got a question about dildos.
Okay.
Not even kidding about that.
Oh, dude, I love that. That's awesome.
They were all out of Spaceballs the flamethrower, so this is closest I can.
Is that
do.
like a special store for masks, or like you just bought it on Amazon or whatever?
I bought it. It wasn't on Amazon. It was some website that has individual artists that make them, and so they went to individual people who designed them. So there were actually like 3 or 4 different Spaceballs the face mask designs that were available, and I went with the one that looked the most fun to me. But I know that the person that designed it and uploaded the image for it gets like 65% of the money of the $8.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Dildos. So
Dildos.
I would imagine, I've never used one, but I would imagine that once you've done electric, you can't go back to the regular one, right?
No, it has different. Well, if anyone else has any knowledge, but
I have an amethyst one, and I just like. First of all, it's beautiful. It's also great as like a coffee table piece, paperweight. It's just like a sort of a talking point. It's kids can look at it and they don't know what it is. Not that it's out, but like, yeah, I'll just wash it with hand soap and water, and then it goes back in its little sleeve. And sometimes I'll put it out in the sun to charge it so it gets like full energies and
Why haven't they made?
There you go.
Why haven't they made one of those vibrators that moves like this, that like responds to music?
You mean like the guy at the gas station that's full of air, like?
No, like the dancing can, or the like those animatronic I Am Groots, that respond to music. Do they have those?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chrissy, you have a solar powered dildo?
No, it's all crystals are
thinking.
all crystals are powered by the sun, and it's called cleansing your crystals.
Oh, it actually is. I thought you just meant it like looked like amethyst.
Any crystal you have, you should be putting them in the sun or putting them in soil or underwater, and that cleanses them, and it like helps them like regain their powers.
I knew a girl named Crystal. She was powered by cocaine. Actually, she did not get a lot.
You have to leave her out in the sun every once a week. Good stuff. Yeah, I have my just tried and true Hitachi magic wand. Forever I was doing the cord one. You plug it into the wall, but like now I have the cordless one.
Wow.
It's got a lot of settings.
Next stimulus check, I'm getting myself a Hitachi magic wand.
Then it's literally a stimulus check. It's literally for stimulation.
How much does one of those things cost?
Stimulated check.
A fan gave me the last one, but I think
I got the male version of that with my first stimulus check. It was
I think maybe it's $150. I could be
PlayStation
wrong.
4.
Wow.
But it's I've used it. I mean, you get your money's worth. You could use it easily many times a day. And you just could go like many times. It's great. It's the best.
I played Spider-Man all day, every day for like the first 3 months of pandemic.
We all had that. We all had that. Like for 2 months, I did nothing, and then I was like, "Yeah, I got to get back to my podcast."
I was like, "I got to platinum this. I got to platinum this game. I'm just gonna be."
I think PS3 was that Spider-Man that was like my favorite Spider-Man. It was fucking awesome.
The PS4. I don't think I played the PS3 one, but the PS4 one that came out in 2018. It's really good.
Where did this
Never
conversation
dildo.
shift?
All right.
Never
no
have I ever
video games.
played that shit.
Yeah, word.
True. I
I
have
have like a dildo prosperity.
I just said it
problem.
is the PlayStation 4. The way that I bought it was the male version of the Hitachi wand that you guys were talking about. It felt like
I was so much
a
more
game
excited.
changer for real.
I'll go and masturbate when my boyfriend's playing video games because like the sounds drown out like the subtle buzzing from the next room.
Right.
Okay. Who didn't go yet? Oh, Kevin.
This one's going to be showing my age, and I don't know how old all of you are, so it might not be relevant.
Nobody.
But
it's all good here.
never have I ever called a 1-900 sex line.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh man.
1-800-HOT-TITS. That was my jam.
976 PEEE. The extra E is for extra P.
I would be like with my friends on the diving team, like over the summer. It was like, back in the good old days when kids could be kids. We're running around outside. Your parents drop you off. They see you, a day later. And we would use the pay phone to dial 1-800-HOT-TITS just to listen to them be like, it's 1-800-HOT-TITS. And like, we thought that was the naughtiest thing. And I think we just ran out of money. Like, put another nickel in. And then it was like, all it was like just like sexy talk, but
Yeah.
it was the most scandalous thing. Like when you're 12, 13, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. What about Channel 35? It's like Robin Bird and this is for New Yorkers probably only.
Yeah, Robin Bird.
Robin Bird.
It was
And
like a
what-
talk show for porn stars.
Yeah. And what was the guy's name who was with her? Robin Bird and Al.
Al Goldstein, who'd had
Al Goldstein.
Midnight Blue.
Midnight Blue, dude. Hell yeah.
Well, he died a few years ago. He actually ended up also losing a lot. Al Goldstein was like the New York version of Hefner or Larry Flint, but he got kind of railroaded much earlier on, and he had a Screw magazine in New York for many years, and his show was really funny because he'd be on after Robin Bird. Robin Bird was like the talk show for strippers and porn stars. It's kind of funny because you'd watch that show. It was on like channel 37.
It was like
whatever, and it would be like Robin Bird. She was wearing like her own made crocheted bikini. And she would like bring these strippers on, like our next stripper, she's going to be dancing at Goldfinger's in Queens, Friday through Sunday. Check her out. It's so funny. Like, after, the way that like they had their like porn credits, where they were going to be appearing late, soon.
You mean like our credits?
Yeah, it was literally
credit counts.
And then Al Goldstein would come up on the next show, and he would have like he would be ranting about something else, something or other, and during he'd introduce somebody, and some porn star would come out and like literally start blowing him while he was talking about something else. Like he didn't even. It was very weird.
That sounds distracting.
It was, yeah.
And what channel was this?
And he was a really fat, disgusting pig of a man. He was like married 6 times.
So you mean a regular man?
Well, he ultimately like had one of those gastric stomach surgeries.
Gastric
and he lost a lot of weight.
trespassing, I think it's called.
But he died penniless.
Oh.
And
That's the way to go. You can't take it with you.
I know a couple
Exactly.
comics interviewed him towards the end of his life that had some. He had still had some interesting things to say towards the end of his life. But yeah, this took a turn for sure. This conversation.
I remember because I shared a room with my sister growing up, and we would stay up really late listening to K-Rock and like Love Lines and stuff. And we would say to each other like, okay, if it gets really bad, we're going to turn it off, but we would never turn it off. And we would hear like, that's where I got like most of my sexual education from, would be like just listening to people like talk about like blowing dudes and sticking stuff in their butts. And it just was like, it never, it was cute though, because we're like, oh, if it gets really bad. But then
Christy, same for me, except it was reading my older brother's diary and he was gay.
wait a minute. Oh,
So
I was
that's
first
where
I was
I
gonna say
got-
whose
okay, I
brother
was
keeps a
gonna say,
diary, but then you said
whose
gay.
brother's
And I was okay. Yeah.
I got all my sex education from his diary.
Wow. Do you remember any specific?
Everything. I don't forget anything.
Does he know?
He came out. So
He
here's
knows
the
that
thing.
you've read his diary?
He came out when he was 15.
Okay.
And then like a month later, we were in the living room. I was 10 at the time. And a month later, we were in the living room and he's like, Trina, did you know I was gay before I told you? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, really? How did you know? And I'm a dick because I'm 10. And I'm like, because I read your diary. And he's like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, and of course, so now you're talking about A, siblings, B, I'm 10. And I'm like, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. And he's like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, oh, Mario, you're so handsome. Oh, Mario. And I start like saying things that he wrote in the diary. And we had
How are you
like,
still alive?
Yeah.
We had this railroad apartment and I see the look on his face and I'm like, oh shit, I fucked up. So I start running down the hall and I'm like, Mommy, he's trying to hit me. He's trying to hit me. And I like jump on my mom's bed and my brother comes in after me and she's like, what's going on? And when he tells her, my mother turns to me and she goes, I should let him beat your fucking ass. I should let him beat your ass.
Wait, did your mom know? Did your mom know he was out?
He came out to them like a month prior.
Oh.
So she's like, you're reading his diary? You're a monster.
That's a good mom.
Oh.
Did he ever get Mario?
They went to prom together.
Oh my God, that's really cute.
But he ended up with Luigi. So
exactly.
His brother.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was lame. Thanks for laughing at that. That's fun. Yeah, my brother didn't. My sister did. We didn't really keep diaries. I was afraid of keeping one for exactly that reason. I'm like, someone's gonna read it, and then they'll know the real me.
Oh, we're both Scorpios, Chrissy. That's why I never kept a diary.
Yeah, you can't know. You can't know what's here. Yeah.
My mom read my diary, but like I was so young when I kept one. It was just me talking about like my favorite bands, but she would still read. I was like,
you know what would be awesome if your mom put into your diary like concert tickets. Like, you bitch, you're reading my diary. Ooh, Alanis Morissette.
Neither my mother nor I had a diary, I don't think, ever.
Jordan, I feel like you would have a diary now.
Well, I mean, it's called a blog. Thank you very much.
It's called a live journal.
No, I don't have a diary. No diary.
Alanis Morissette's play.
Oh, yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
I heard it was good.
Well,
we'll never know.
Broadway's dead. Thanks a lot.
We're not allowed to be inside.
They all moved back to Oklahoma, where they're from.
It's
way to bring it down.
Did you say Oklahoma? That's also a Broadway play.
What?
Did you say Oklahoma because that was a?
Oh no, I just assumed that all the talented theater actors are from Oklahoma. Crazy states. Who hasn't gone yet?
I mean, yeah. Who here hasn't been in a production of Oklahoma? I was in a production of Oklahoma.
Nope. Just a funny thing that happened on the way to the forum for me.
Well, I was in that too.
Really?
Yeah, in high school.
What role were you?
I couldn't sing and I couldn't dance, so I had to have some I think I was a centurion.
You're like, I was a pole. Like, what are those things called? I was a column.
Yeah, I was like a lot of background parts, but I was a centurion, and you know what? I've never actually seen the real play, so I don't know if the character was supposed to be played like this, but the director, who was a teacher, decided that the two or three centurions should be played and mind you, this is like 1993. So she decided the centurion should be played very effeminately.
Oh.
And so we all just kind of went along with it because we didn't realize, but like today she would have been fired and there would have been a thing because it was incredibly offensive what she ended up doing with these characters.
I thought you were going to say that she wanted you to play. They wanted to get Jews to play it, for the irony.
Well, I am a Jew, so that works too.
Well, I mean, hello.
They were all busy with Schindler's Fizz.
That almost sounds as like my casting process. I was a prostitute, a courtesan, right? And like just a bunch of us lined up on stage, and Larry Waxman was the theater director, total perv, and he just was like you, and you. That was the whole tryout. We just had to stand there in like tights, and like he just chose, and then that was it.
God.
Yeah,
This was a
So
school
it's
play?
like the beginning of
high
the show.
school play.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
He was such
Chrissie,
a perv.
where'd
But
you
I was
go to
like,
high
yeah,
school?
I got it. Southside High School.
Is that Long Island?
Yeah, Long Island, Rockwell Center. Famous alumni include Amy Schumer, David Tell, maybe Howard Stern. I don't know.
Fixing another drink.
A lot of funny people come out of Long Island. That's because we have a lot of chemical testing back in the 40s. But anyway, I got a spot in the play. Yeah, there were no
That's all that matters.
lines. There were no lines. All I had to do was because I was on the gymnastics team. That's like the only reason why I got it. And I just had to do like passes, like, you know, round off, back handspring, whatever. And like in one of the rehearsals, you know how stages are curved at the end. And so the stage was like this, and I was like doing round off, back handspring. My hands grabbed the end of the stage, and I literally flipped into the orchestra, like into like
That's amazing.
should have died. Like it was literally like a
You should
cartoon
have won
where
a
like
Tony Award.
my leg went into a tuba. There were like little keys from a keyboard like dropping on my head like a cartoon. And like my mom's boss was the conductor, and he was like, where's this whole section's not coming. It's because I was in it like this. Like I was in the section. Everyone's like, are you dead? Like, no, good. Because it was like a week. I had to be on crutches for like a week, and then we did the show like the next week or whatever. It was fucking nuts. I was so lucky because I grabbed to the very edge of the stage. But
Jeez.
anyway, you know, stages are curved. This is showbiz, baby.
Oh boy.
Did anybody else do any plays?
No, I wasn't gay till after high school. Thank you.
When I was in high school, when I was a senior, they got to do the second semester. We got to do what they called the theater for 1X. So we all got to. It was like we all produced our own plays, and I directed a 1-act play by Woody Allen called Death Knocks, with the two least Jewish people in our theater program.
Aw,
Doing Woody Allen. It was
that's a shame.
Oh wow.
no, it was so funny because they
Did you
both
have to teach them how to be Jewish?
No. It was so jarring. I mean, this was also the Upper West Side, so you know, it was like a fish out of water type of performance for real, but it was still funny, and it was Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever read Death Knocks. Is death comes in this guy's window and he like steals his knee.
I thought I knew all Woody Allen stuff. I don't know that. I don't know Death Knocks.
Yeah.
It's from one of his books, Getting Even, I think is one of his first books. It's
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
It's a 1-act play, and it was the closing piece of the hour and a half long of like a dozen different plays
Sounds very
that
serious.
we had to cast based on who was available. Like I didn't there were definitely a couple of Jews that were available in the beginning that I didn't get first pick.
Oh.
But the two guys that I got, it was kind of funny that they were the least Jewish. And the guy that
They
I
were
got
like wasp jocks playing Woody Allen. I'm
Wasp
so
jocks.
anxious.
Yeah.
With a Letterman coat. I'm so
Yeah.
anxious.
I'm so nervous.
No, they just weren't Jewish at all. They were both kind of. One of them was definitely pretty waspy, and one of them was just like totally stoic. Like his delivery was very deadpan.
He had no panic in him.
So he was death.
Wasn't
And
worried about anything.
the other guy, even though he was really waspy, managed to do a pretty good job of sounding like he was not trying to be condescending by doing essentially very Jewish lines.
Jew voice. We've all done it. All right. I think we have time for maybe like one or two more. Let me think.
Yeah, let's get a good one because I want to have a cigarette too. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like sexual, not sexual. Okay, never have I ever broken into my own home because I forgot the key.
all the
shit.
time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I've
I gotta
broken
finish
into
the
my
can.
place.
Yeah, I lose my keys a lot. And I'm surprised
Currently?
the police have never like stopped me like suspiciously climbing a fence to get into my own home. But it has not happened.
I haven't had a key to my apartment for probably a month and a half.
Wow, small
Wow.
town values.
Did your ex take it?
Wow.
What happened? Are you
Right.
okay?
Yeah. She actually did. She was the only one who had one. I lose key. I don't have keys ever. I just leave my door. We live in a doorman building. I'm only telling this to let you know I have a doorman. I'm doing very well.
Fancy man.
So humble brag.
No. I just don't. I leave my door open all the time. Like nobody could believe it. They always think it's weird, but I don't know. Whatever. I just can't keep track of keys. Can't.
Yeah, one time
Listen.
I locked myself
ahead.
out, my Brooklyn basement apartment at the time, and I texted my roommate. I was like, "Hey, I can't get in. Are you around the corner?" And she was like, "Oh no, I'm out to a dinner with my boyfriend." I said, "Okay, cool, no problem." So I broke in the window, and then 10 minutes later, her and her boyfriend come in with McDonald's. Like, you weren't out to dinner. Like, why did you lie? Like, you know, and you could have just said you were a few minutes away. But anyway, so now I make like 5 copies of all my keys all the time, and I throw them in my different purses and coat jackets.
You put them in Easter eggs, have the neighborhood kids find them. Yeah.
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah, all the time as a kid, like my mom she went and got a job when I was in 1st grade. So, and I could walk to my elementary school. So, I'd constantly forget my key. And sometimes I would just like hang out in the backyard till she got home because she worked at the middle school and she'd be home at like 5:30, 6. So I'd hang out from like, I don't know, 3 hours. I would just like sit in the yard. Sometimes I'd have to like pee and poop. I would just sort of make do, literally make do. But then sometimes I'd be like, all right, this is insane. You know, I'd be like a little older and forgetting my key, and I would have to just like, I would like just like break the screen and have to like put it back in a way and like literally like climb in. But then I would just be in the porch, which was also locked out. So I wasn't very good at it.
With an apartment, you have to use like the credit card thing to get in.
Does that actually work?
Yeah, I can't.
Well, it does.
It depends on the type of lock that you have. Some if you don't have the deadbolt on, you can actually use a not just, I don't recommend using one of your own credit cards, like a hotel key card you can use to go through.
Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, it works like a charm.
The green and white student Metro cards change the game.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Metro cards change the game because they're so thin and flexy that they can like pop a slam lock. It's super quick. I can pop a slam lock at least.
Damn, Grimes.
Pop lock.
No, but I've definitely had to I definitely once had to go, I got locked out of my apartment. I had to go from my neighbor. My neighbor had a balcony, 2 things over. I had to go over twice to break into my own place from the balcony, from the that. And I remember once in college actually breaking into my room from the bushes out front, opening the window because my roommate was a fucking asshole that fell asleep.
And that was the only bush that you were in that night.
As far as we all know here.
Guys, this was incredible. Please go around. I want let everybody know where the good people can find you, follow you, support you. Jordan Ferber.
Yay. Well, you can follow my podcast, Where's the Grief? I interview comedians about tragic loss they've experienced. It's not all comedians. I do interview other sad people too, but it's at Where's the Grief across all platforms. You can find me on the iTunes, on the Stitcher, on the Spotify, on the Instagram, the Twitter, wherever.
Ooh, my mom died. We could talk about that. No pressure.
Let's do it.
Amy Jans.
You can follow my podcast, Gape TV, GAPE-TV on Spotify, wherever, YouTube, Instagram, Gape TV, or my personal Instagram, Amy J. Jans.
I love it. Trina.
So my personal Instagram is Julo. It's like J-Lo, but I'm half Jewish. So it's JEW_LO on Instagram, and also the Tres Betches podcast. It's TRESBETCHES. That's on Instagram, and we have some clips on YouTube. So, yeah.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Kevin Israel.
You can find me on all social media under Kevin Israel, and my podcast, Getting the Sacred Cow, with comedian Kevin Goatee. Each week we bring a guest on to take down a successful or beloved movie.
Oh, that's a good one. Right. Kendra.
Hi. You could find me at Twitter and Instagram at Bossy Dawsey, which I
Ooh, you put it there.
name.
So smart.
Oh, yeah. So look there. And I have a show on Twitch coming soon, like later October. I'm going to be making fun of politics on it. I don't really get Twitch, but you should watch it.
No one gets it. We just do it. I love it. Veronica Garza.
Sure. Look up Veronica Garza. Find me on Twitter, Veros_broke. Find me on Instagram, Veros_got_jokes. And I have a podcast, of course, like everyone else, coming out. A new one next month, based on the fun 90s book, 101 Secrets to Winning Beauty Pageants. Every episode, we will discuss a secret.
Wow.
And
I'm
you
going
too
to
can
listen. I want to know that.
It's fun. Oh, it's fun. And this book is
Ooh.
hard to find. I paid $5 at a used bookstore this summer for it. Found online, it's no cheaper than like $40. So
Oh my God.
listen to me, it's cheaper.
My
Ooh.
eyebrows gonna look like that after.
What? Eric Newman.
Hi. Instagram at I'm Eric Newman.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. You have an album that just came out, right?
Yeah, we're putting it together. We're editing it this week. It's my second album. My first is called Nervous Lover. That came out in 2018. I'm leaning towards slightly more confident love.
Confident lover. Yeah, definitely.
Slightly more. Well, we'll see. But yeah, follow me at I'm Eric Newman, and I'll give you updates on the album and all that stuff. And I love you guys, and it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Sounds good. Yeah, this was so fun, guys. Thank you so
thanks for
much.
having me.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chrissy.